All right, to my beautiful, amazing, adorable, handsome, and beautiful African royals, Akewa, my people, thank you for tuning in today for another royal conference, okay? So let me greet individually those who are here. So to our son Craig Arts, I see you, Papa, I see you, Akewa. To our daughter Pamela Hood, I see you, Mama, I see you, Akewa. FBA DOS, cut the check. I see you, my royal, indeed, cut that check. Michelle Howard, hey Mama, I see you. Ancient One, I see you. Isadora Morgan, Bantu Mother. Funi Sawati, I see you, my royals, I see you. Muntu Congo, I see you. All right. Amukelani, I see you. My very own daughter of Zion, I see you, baby. Kalia Baker, I see you. Your namesake Kalia, she's at home. She's a little sick today. Little mama's not feeling good today. Ancient of Days, I see you, my royal. I see you, welcome. Suzette Nurse, I see you. Michael Mensah, I see you, my king. All right, to my dear and beautiful royals of Africa, welcome to the royal home of Nubia. Thank you for tuning in for our daily royal conference. All right, so today Um, the topic we will discuss today is cultivating self-love and self-respect, right? So before we start, I would like to cover 2 points. Number one, I would like us, all the royals out there, to remember those who have fallen in the process of standing up for us, all right? Those we call allies out there who dare speak up even when it's not comfortable. They stick their neck out there. We know they are in majority. We know they are in minority. They are not in majority. We know that, all right? Because we wouldn't be in the situation we are in if they were in majority. But nevertheless, the Spirit of God in me let me know that not all of them are evil. So when we have people from other ethnic groups standing up for us and walking side by side with us, we have to treat them as our own, all right? Because in the process of defending us, in the process of standing up for us, they become N-word as well. And they not only they become that to their eyes, but best believe that they also start treating them as such. So we have to be cognitive of that fact that there are indeed people out there who genuinely, are touched by God to stand up. So today we will remember those who fell in a Kenosha, all right? Those who were gunned down by the Rittenhouse boy, all right? So there's two, Anthony Hubert and Joseph Rosenbaum, all right? If you look them up, people have posted their criminal history, right? The so-called righteous people of this planet, to justify the killing of their own, who dare stand up against the injustices and the evil they've been inflicting us, right? So if you pull them up, you go and show their past. That's what they put forefront. But as far as we concern, the royals, remember we had a whole video about taking care of our own. Anybody out there risking what they have, risking to lose it all, just because they're speaking up against the injustices being perpetrated, onto us, is welcome and must be welcomed by us, all right? They must be welcomed by us. We must treat them as our own. We must, acknowledge them, recognize them, and protect them as we are protecting our own. So there's one who survived, who's in court. Who's in court facing that criminal. I tried to watch the little snippet they had on it around in the general media. His name is Gage Paul Grosskreutz. So he's the one who survived, and he's in court facing that criminal, playing the worst Hollywood act I have ever seen. So to those out there, I know it's not an easy thing to do. When your blood is boiling and calling you to rise up and speak up and do something, it's a call from the Creator. We call him Tatanzambe. All right? So when he moves you into action, do it. And I will tell you why. Because we are the true people of God. We are the true tribe of Judah. And our Creator said, those who will protect us will be blessed. His divine protection will be upon them, just as they protect us. His divine blessing, our blessings, our abundance becomes theirs too. and our Creator is not a lie. Those out there still persecuting us for no reason, because the violence against our people had never been justified, but just an attempt to usurp our identity. To those, I have to say, since you've been kissing the wrong behind, what has it brought to you? Where are your blessings? You're in debt to the teeth. Your kids are hung in drugs. Your firstborns are rendered useless. This is what you witness in your homes. You marry a woman just for another one to enjoy. There's no amount of money that can buy you any love nor peace, since you've been kissing the wrong behind. Okay? So I'm inviting our royals to always recognize, acknowledge, and encourage those who are not of our group, of our race, but who dare speak up, who dare stick their neck out. Okay? So rest in peace, dear Anthony Huber and Joseph Rosenbaum. Whatever the human court have accused you, we are petitioning to the Creator to waive that. Your sacrifice is greatly appreciated by the children of Africa. Thank you. Now, I have another point I would like to cover before we proceed into the heart of the matter. I have a good news. Actually, I have a video. It's currently going through transcription, right? We're trying to get the English transcription so we can post it. So we are celebrating the courage of one of our lions on the continent. I told you, we still have lions and they are still roaring, although they are in minority, but we have our lions on the continent. So the president of Benin Republic, His Excellency Patrice Talon, he went to France and collected the artifact of their fallen kingdom, the Dahomey kingdom, which is the cradle of this powerful African religion called Vodou. They are the custodian of the Vodou secrets. That papa jumped in the airplane and went and met with the French president, because we have exhausted all the legal, recourses. So he went with a face-to-face and he returned home with 2 40-foot containers full pack of their artifacts. So we're celebrating him today. Okay? The president of Benin Republic. Au peuple béninois, je veux que vous sachiez que nous, ici dans la diaspora, nous avons eu vent de ce que son Excellence, le président Patrice Talon, a fait. Il est parti en France récupérer les effets du royaume Dahomey. Alors je vous invite tous en Afrique francophone de faire la même chose. Levez-vous comme des hommes. Allez-y réclamer ce qui est à nous. Merci. Thank you. We're proud of you. Okay? So, these people are crazy. Do you know that in one of their museums in France, in Paris, it's called the Museum of L'Homme, the Museum of the Man. They have the skeleton of one of our ancestors. He was a king. We have the skeleton, they have the skeleton of one of our ancestors, King number 8. He killed a few of them and they murdered him and they took him whole. They have a whole skeleton because, in our lineage, we're very tall. They call him the man of Congo. How did I find out? One summer I was scheduled to go to Hastings, England. I was going to spend the summer in Hastings, England. And my parents were in their vacation in Paris. So my dad told me, before you fly out to Hastings, let's meet in Paris. I have something to show you. So my dad took me to that museum and said, you see this guy? He's one of your ancestors, So we don't know when, but Tatan Zame promised us that everything they stole from us, they will return. I may not be alive when it happens, but I'm telling you, if it's your generation that will collect everything they owe us, don't forget this guy. Make sure you take him home and give him a proper burial. These savages, you know, they step to no length to the things they do. But yes, okay, the era of the return of everything and everyone they stole has come. So we're celebrating that Nkosi. We're celebrating that roaring lion of Benin Republic, Patrice Talon. All right? Now, let's get into the heart of the matter. So, today, the topic is about cultivating self-love and self-respect. So basically, when we talk about, you know, self-love and self-respect, first of all, we have to learn to love ourselves, to not seek anything we need in life outside ourselves, to feel that we are sufficient in everything. And not only just sufficient, we are happy with who we are. We are happy with the way we look. We are happy with the way God made us. We are happy with our melanated skin. We are happy with our nappy hair. We are happy with our wide noses and big lips and big booties. We are happy the way God designed us to be. This is the first step in cultivating self-respect, self-love. Express your uniqueness. Don't be afraid or be ashamed to express your uniqueness. A while back during the Trump era, I watched a video. It was an African-American mother, one of our stolen royals, because only royal blood will make a woman do the things she did. You know, she had her sons, you know, wrapped around our fabrics. They were dressed like our prince. The prince, they will have the shoulder out, and then they'll have the fabric crossing their heart and stuff. You know, this is how she dressed her boys. So they went to the convenience store or something, and some ladies over there mocked them. When they got to the register, some lady over there mocked them and asked them if they thought it was Halloween. So the boys went home and told their mom. That queen came and roared. She told them, you know, these are our gears. We are royal. What are you laughing at? Where's the manager? She had the manager come out and apologize. I'm like, this one is one of our stolen royal. They don't need to hear from anybody else that they are royalty. They don't care what X, Y, and Z will say. That's the warrior spirit. Every royal is equipped with. All right? So we must demonstrate that we love ourselves. And if we love ourselves, we love our brothers, our African brothers, our African sisters. Only when we're able to extend that kind of love among each other, among ourselves, then we be in the position to get on the work and teach the savages that everything God put on earth has its place and has a purpose, because we are one before his eyes. Okay? I remember, I remember it was my twin daughter. She had the twin boy. She had a white teacher, right? And that lady, you know, a lot of these Muzungas, they be in the occult. They be, practicing their witchcraft, how they call it, Wicca or whatever. I don't hate, that's their thing. I have my own, all right? So basically something very strange happened there. It was Easter, and the teacher gave them little bags with cookies and little toys inside. you know, and my son came home, he's like, Mom, look at what Miss whatever gave me. I'm like, what is it? It was a little devil with the fork. I'm like, what does it have to do with Easter? So I'm like, I'm going to that school. So I asked to see the principal. You know, my son already had told me maybe a couple of months before that incident that, oh, my teacher is pregnant. So we threw a little party and stuff because they told her that she's pregnant. She's been married in 14 years and she hadn't been able to conceive, so she's pregnant. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to that school and take that little devil back to her. So I went to the school, the principal was there, and they called her. She came to the conference room. I'm like, you know, Miss So-and-so, you gave this to my son, right? When you guys are celebrating Easter. Now, I'm doing the courtesy to come and give it back to you because there's no room for such thing in my home. If this is who you worship, okay, keep it for your unborn child, all right? Keep it for your unborn child. Have your unborn child come out of your womb and worship him. Don't you ever, again, give such thing to my son to bring home. And I turn around, I look at the principal. I want it out of that woman's classroom. Not today, not today, like we said. Like I was saying is like, when you let somebody know that this I'm talking about is bound to happen today, we Africans said, today, not today. I'm like, today, not today, my son leaves her classroom. And the principal went ahead and, you know, apologized and blah. You know, he's like, well, it's going to be done, blah, blah. I will notify you in whose room we have put him. Self-love. I'm like, you're a fool. Dare you give another devil to my baby and you see what happened. You will see that devil with your own eyes. He will assist you in your delivery. Idiot. So you always have to have, you know, that attitude that you love and protect your own. When it's time to go fight, tie your head, go and show face. All right? So self-love, you know, cultivating self-love is to let everybody else around us, to let them know that I am the it. I'm the firstborn. The Creator said he was very inspired when he designed me. So don't come and mock me. I don't have to bend to your standards. You know, you are nobody to come and tell me that I'm not beautiful. You are nobody to come and tell me that I'm not sexy. You are nobody to come and tell me that I'm not attractive, as long as I feel that I am. Okay? And loving and self-love, self-respect, it's tied down to the people we choose to, you know, to reproduce with, the people we choose to share this journey called life with. You know, it's a little bit hard to believe that those of us who cross that line, you know, love our people that much. It's very hard to believe, you know, but in some situation, I have seen situations where, you know, girls, they go through initiation and stuff, they come back and they say their ancestor told them they're going to send them a white man in their life as a husband. Is an ancestor who has turned white or whatever. You know how they cross blood. You know how they were trying to whitewash us by their multiple rape. So sometimes the person may have a white appearance, but if you look into his DNA, you're going to find a 3, 4, 5% of one of us. And as far as we Africans are concerned, a 1%, it means that at least one of us works with you in the spiritual, if you are aligned with us. So you see, if you guys wonder why they had the 1-drop rule, I told you, they torture our priests. So they know if you have 1 drop of our blood, one of us on the other side is assigned to walk with you. Okay? So you have to love yourself in your choice, in everything. When it comes to spend money, spend your money on other black businesses. Okay? in everything, people shouldn't question or wonder whether you pro your people. It should be very obvious by your action. So this is as far as, self-love. Self-love is also making good decisions for ourselves to avoid any decision that could put us in a predicament where we are stripped of our honor, where we are stripped of our pride, where we are stripped of our dignity. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So self-love is also to make those good decisions, okay? Self-love is also helping your black brother or your black sister that you feel doesn't love herself enough. Is to empower her so that she get that self-love also, okay? You have to act in a way outside in public. You have to act in a way sending a clear message like that you love your people. Like one day I went to the store and it was very late because at the last minute I realized that I needed an item for my kid field trip or something in the morning. So I ran to the store and when I pulled, there was a group of guys just hanging out in the parking lot, and it seemed like they were drinking. A group of young Muzungus, and there was like one of our kids, a tall and lanky one. They looked like just hanging like that and drinking. So when I walked in, there was one of our brothers walking out of the store. All right. So, and you know me, hey, my brother, how are you? I greeted him and I went in. So I stayed in the store maybe 20 to 25 minutes. And when I came out, the brother I just waved, he was standing in front of the door of the store. And he said, hey, sis, I want to walk you to your car. Where did you park? He said, because I see this group of boys over there kind of drinking and speaking loud. It just seemed like, drama waiting to happen. And I don't want you out here by yourself. Where did you park? He took my car, he started pushing it to the car, he loaded my car, and he saw me taking off. This is the kind of thing, the kind of behavior our sons need to have out there. Be in the lookout for each other. You clearly send that message to people around you, right? That you love your people. All right? So now let's jump to cultivating self-respect. And as you know, self-love and self-respect work hand in hand. Okay? They beat us to disrespect ourselves. If they beat us to hate ourselves. All right? So you have to backpedal from that. Any negative feelings that have us feel that we are not worthy. Sometimes, I've seen some videos of our kids here in America saying that it came to a point sometime in their life they wish they were white, because they organize to make you feel ashamed, to make you feel worthless, to make you feel ugly. We are human beings, so we feel it, and it brings some of us to break down. All right? So you have to keep that in mind. And the self-love and self-respect are really taught at home. So we start teaching our children, we start telling them, I love you. You are amazing. You are wonderful. If they do a little something good, praise them. All right? It's going to give them confidence in life. Because when you're confident, confident people love themselves. You can't tell them anything. All right? So even when it comes to self-respect, as we covered in the yesterday's stream, I'm like, it's hard for these people to even look at us as respectable human beings when, remember the thing I covered about how our people back at home, how they will kill, they will rat out, they will sell out the strongest of them to become a puppet. All right? We covered the case of Nelson Mandela. He came out with glory, with everything, but The minute he saw out, he went and he forgave the white people who beat him up and tortured him. He fed them Winnie, one of the leaders of the liberation of South Africa. So he started looking at her as a political rival because they put that venom in his mind. But what turned out to be, the same people he thought were his friend, they put him on a terror list until 2008 when he died. This is to let you know there's a cost in betraying your people. And wherever you go and betray your people, the people you betray your people, where they look at you like less than a thing. That's when these puppets fall out of line. Their same master go and hang them. Their same master go and kill them. Their same master go and replace them. So to all those papas on the continent who are making us, walk around proud, like we're not orphans. We have fathers somewhere still giving it raw to you, We are grateful for them. And we want to let them know that we hear them roaring all the way here, that our jungle still have a few lions and we are with them. So a place like, our brothers and sisters in South Africa, they have a tendency of selling out their strongest. So this message is for them too. We have our fathers there, Papa Malewa. Let him roar. Please do. All the surviving kingdoms over there lined up behind him. Let him roar. Protect him. We don't want to hear fiam that something happened to him. Because as you know, they can only get one of us when one of us delivers us on a platter to them. We don't want to hear fiam. Same thing with our Papa in Rwanda, Paul Kagame. Support him. Give him love. All our leaders out there on their feet still roaring, still letting them know that there are still lions in this jungle. We love you and we thank you. So when it comes to us on individual basis, on our everyday dealing, let me tell you how I've been an activist all my life. When I got married, we moved to a neighborhood that was mostly black, right? And over there, I noticed these Chinese people. They had this restaurant around. They have many in the Houston area called Chimichan. So over there, they would ID people. Even if you buy something, $10, they ID you. $5, $6, $7, they ID you. Until one day, I drove to Houston, visit one of my friends who lives there. And on my way back, because when I was pregnant with the twins, I had these fried chicken wings cravings. So I stopped at the store over there in the main city and I noticed that they didn't ID us. They didn't ID. So I'm like, you guys don't ID over here? They say, oh no, it's not a practice we do. I mean, it's to the manager of that store's discretion. I was like, oh my God, that fueled me. So I went and sent a bunch of flyers to print at Kinko's. And mind you, I was pregnant with twins, so my belly was very big. So here I started. I will go to the nearest store and distribute flyers. I will tell our people, if they dare ID you, drive off, leave them with their food. Drive off and go across the street, because across the street there was a Church's Chicken. I'm like, just drive off in front of them, go across the street in Church's Chicken and get your chicken there. People will not respect us until we make them respect us. So I will order a bunch of food and I drive through the window. The minute they tell me, ID please, I'm like, okay, I've been to your store in the main city. They don't ID people. Why you come and ID us here? Because to you, all of us are thieves, right? She said, oh no ID, no food. I'm like, I won't take your food. You come in our neighborhoods and disrespect us to our face. Who you calling thief? I'm like, we won't buy your food. We will boycott you. You won't see our black dollars until you move out of our neighborhood, and or you learn some, some manners. Here you are charging people for the credit card fee, which should be a convenience that you eat as a business owner, but no, you throw it on the people. When you pay with debit card, they charge you more. You come and do business as if you're in the stupid little village over there in China, wherever you come from. And then we accept that. And now you want to call us thief before our faces. I started boycotting them. I will go in front of their stores because their clientele was at 100% black. I started distributing flyers. My ex-husband was telling me, oh, you looking for trouble. I'm like, shut up. Who's looking for trouble? I'm pregnant now, so you mean that my children will go through the same? Oh, man. Hello, we back. So even because after I move, and when I go back in the area to visit my nail lady, I will stop there, and they completely stop IDing people. They stop. My people, respect is something you give people no choice, but respect you. Another incident was at a gas station. One of our mamas she was buying her cigarettes. She was buying some packs of Newports. I remember that day, that poor mama. And the guy, those who own this gas station, at the register, she said, why are you charging me this? The price on the display says this. And the guy just went off on her. He said, you look old, but you have enough eyes to see the little price on the display and challenge the price I'm giving you. Oh my God, that made my blood boil. I woke up to the lady, and I look at that guy. I'm saying, who you talking to like that? Don't you see that she's a senior? She's bringing a valid point. If you have a price on the display, that's the price that counts, because that's the price that made her make the decision to purchase it. And I listen, mama, give him his cigarettes back. Go and buy somewhere else. So, oh man. Then, mama, you sure? You sure? I'm not driving. I'm like, don't worry. I take you with me to the next gas station, but we won't put up with this nonsense. Keep your cigarettes. So before we head out, there was a line behind us. And as I told you, it was in the black neighborhood. I'm like, okay, mama, you can go. You. Come on, let's go. Everybody's going. Do you know that there was like 3 people who left, but about 2 others stayed behind? They're like, you ain't got nothing to do with me. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you see, that's why we go through what we go through. We need to stand as one. The hand that gives rules. Okay? So you have to act royal at all time. You will force people, you will leave them no choice but respect you and look at you in the eyes, because they see the way you carry yourself. You don't joke around with your freedom. You don't joke around with your right. Anywhere they try anywhere they try to cheat you, you speak up. Anywhere they try to beat down of the least of us, you stand up for that one. They will respect us. Okay? So when it comes to us, we have to apply it. How do we cultivate self-respect and self-love? It's simple, my royals. We just change the tendencies. If the tendency was that we are divided, we start gluing each other. We start becoming like that glue to one another. We glue ourselves to one. We bring another one. We glue that one to one with the same understanding, with the same vision, with the same everything for our people. You grab another one, you glue. When they start seeing that, the black people have become like the Fang people. I told you, my tribe. All you need to say is, my brother, where are you? In terms of crisis, they all rush. They don't care if it's going to be 10 on 1, but they're all going to put their hands on you. So people fear us. So this is what we have to aspire to become. United like that, we change that tendency. You know, we also change the tendency on how we conduct our finances, our economics, right? We start, you know, cultivating group economy. We won't support any brand that doesn't give anything back to us. We don't subscribe to platforms where they don't want us. We don't go and eat in restaurants where they clearly don't want us. We don't beg for love from anybody else because there's enough love among ourselves to spread among ourselves. You see? We have to change. We kind of have to repackage ourselves outside and within. We send a straight message. I told you what I do. When one of them tried to bait me into a stupid conversation about my people, I tell them, so what? Oh, they're criminal. Had you left us alone, had you left them on the land of their fathers and mothers, they wouldn't have been the criminals you are throwing massively in jails today. So what if they are? Okay? So we, you know, in self-loving ourselves and self-respecting ourselves, we cannot be missionaries to their spiritualities. I'm sorry, but I have to go there. The same book they use, you know, as an excuse to wipe out our people. Some of us have become the very active, ambitious ambassadors of that book. They just kick back and look, oh mine, these Negro, they still don't get it. You know, we have to respect ourselves enough and tell that book and look at them. Oh, you've been kissing the wrong behind, because this book, at least the first part of it, tell the history of my people. And while you have me here in captivity, whipping me and stuff, when are you going to show some respect for the book you massacred us for? You have to have enough self-respect. Start contemplating, learning about our spirituality. Our forefathers were not wizards and wizards. They built all the things they built because they were divinely guided. All right? They are divinely guided. That's how they build everything they build. While practicing this thing they are now calling witchcraft, just for them to turn around and try to do apprentice magician on what our ancestors were practicing. So if you don't see the hypocrisy on that, some people will separate, will divide, will destroy their own blood family because some members choose not to follow the book. To me, their real witchcraft is what they were able to do to enslave the kings of the earth, the ones God has given the secret of humanity, stole their knowledge, repackaged it, and inserted themselves in there, and then turn around and brainwash the descendant of those to believe that, to completely forget about their true identity. Now, to me, that's witchcraft, because witchcraft is a manipulation of something. You take away that godly given nature to that thing and you turn it into something God didn't meant for it to become. To me, that's the definition of witchcraft. And as far as I'm concerned, they are the witches and the wizards. They are the ones who have been trying to corrupt the natural order of things. Okay? So thank you, my daughter. Somebody just blessed me. Thank you. Pam Hood, thank you so much. It shall be multiplied. So what other tendency we need to change? We are divided, so we need to change that tendency. Going forward, we are one. We stand as one. Even with our brothers and sisters, we can't stand. We stand as one. Say, my brother, I can't stand your lousy mouth. But God knows, if something happens to you right now, I would be hurt. Okay? So we have to cultivate that. We have to cultivate group economies. Learn to trust each other again. and ourselves, for those of us who are engaged into business, know how our abundance works. You can't be out there stealing and taking from other royals and think it's going to be good with you. No, it won't never be well with you. So keep that in mind in trading. Some of our people, you dare give them a job, they will live in mourning. They, like when we were selling the first house, the first time I allow our people, I gave them the contract to come and fix the house, make it ready for it to be sold. Oh my God, somebody, the Bantu mother, thank you for blessing your twin. Thank you for your generous donation. It shall be multiplied. So basically, I usually work with my Mexican. You know, as I told you, I grew up in South America. I get along with them. They're good people. They're very good people. All these Latinos, they're not evil. They're good people. So I work well with them. I always get these kind of jobs to them. But that year, my then husband was like, no, it's time, you know, we give our money to black contractors also. What did our brothers do? After, not only they charge us about $1,000 more, we swallowed that. But on top of that, they came back and cleaned out the new utilities I just put in there. I just put in there a brand new fridge. They came and carried it. I just put in there a brand new AC unit, a brand new stove, a brand new microwave. They took everything. Our people need to seriously heal. And we can't be held back by those of us who are still acting like savages out there. Because remember, in their mind, right? Because remember, in their mind, what happens? They apply the law of one when it comes to all the bad things we do. If one of us is a murderer, we are all murderers. If one of us is a thief, we are all thieves. Okay? But they don't apply it when it comes to them. With all the atrocity, no, it's still good. So you have to be mindful of that. You can't be going out there destroying other black businesses, or you can't go out there and praying on other royals. It won't be well with you. So we have to change this tendency in our spirituality. Throw yourself out there, inquire about our original spirituality. What spirituality our ancestors were practicing, the time they became so big, powerful. You know, that's what we go back to. They said the baby goat, all right, they call him the buck. The buck graces at the same spot the goat graces. Okay, you know, and we have to, another thing we need to, a very key tendency, I urge us to change, is the cultivating love within the family. Thank you, my dear Royal Funi, for blessing your queen. Thank you. It shall be multiplied. Thank you. So what we need to do is, you know, build strong African families. My people, we have to. Because when we scattered the family, the division in our family led to our fall. So we can cultivate unity, we can cultivate group economics, we can cultivate going back to our original spirituality. But if we leave the black family, the African family out, it's pointless. Because family is the foundation of every strong community. When the family bonds are strong, you will see that community will flourish. We have to, you know, we have to build healthy families. And what does it mean? It means, ladies, don't marry a man you do not love just because of what he has. This is not an expression of self-love when some of our daughters do stuff like that. Marry somebody they can't stand, but just for money. You won't be happy in there, and you're gonna raise, bitter children because they see you crying around. You don't feel fulfilled. You don't feel happy. You guys' spirit don't match. When you love yourself, you do not trap a man with a pregnancy. You don't try to force babies on people who don't want to have babies with you, because they wouldn't want to be around to raise that baby. And if you force them to be around, you get war at home. We need to make better decisions. So we need to cultivating self-love and self-respect, we need to change the tendency on our division. We need to change the tendency on the fact that all we do is compete with one another instead of working together. We need to change the tendency that we glorify and elevate, our colonizer, our invaders' religions. We need to change that tendency. It's not cute. We need to change the tendency of breaking our homes. We need to do all that. Okay? And we need to be organized. We need to go back to the way the Tatanzambe and the ancestor, we have to keep that in remembrance. We have to go back to the way Tatanzambe and our ancestors structured our families. Recognize who's who among you. Let the strongest lead. We are a very strong group of people. There's no doubt about it. It means that all of us are strong in our own level, but all of us don't have the same anointing to do something. Our ancestors, the king was always the one because he's like the strongest, he's fearless. A king or a queen is a warrior, all right? So they will give that one the anointing for that. So when it's time to fight anybody, that's the one you're pushing from. In your community, the one you see speak like a Monkosi, he got the anointing. Line behind him, give him your blessing and protect him. We have to dance in the same tune, okay? So it applies for our people back at home. Let our lions roar. Protect our lions. We don't want to hear fiam that you sold somebody. Okay? The time have changed. All right? Diaspora is watching. We don't take any betrayal lightly anymore. If you are not a father of that nation as you should be, step aside. These people we're fighting, they even organize in a way where if the person who really leads and does everything, if it's so unpopular, they will put another person that is just a figurine. But the instruction and everything come from the person behind, hiding behind him. We need to start respecting ourselves. We need to learn to love our people more than we love ourselves as a leader, because that's what God and the ancestors want us to do. So those of our fathers with the anointing of rulership, let them roar. Okay? So that was it for today's message. Okay, my lovely royals, let's go over the comments. Bantu Mother said, wearing my crown with poise and power. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Habari, everyone. Habari. Greetings, my queen, for Amukaleni. Greetings, my queen. Yeah, I'm here for another good teaching. You are welcome, my dear royal. You are welcome. This is the royal house of Nubia. Okay, so oh, thank you. Greetings, Mutu Congo. So thank you to all our royals who have tuned in today. All right. just remember we are divinely protected. It's just like this video, that is undergoing English transcription, right? You will see there the French president saying that they're returning these things temporarily. The audacity. And the president of Benin said, no, it won't be temporary. In fact, this is the first wave because they don't want to release everything at the same time. But now they are forced because our people have risen. They're dipping in their pocket more than ever. They're scattering them like little rats. All right? They're backstabbing each other, stealing deals. Now they're back in the days when they used to fight over captured Africans to go and enslave. They're back there. They're back then. And all of you, all my royals out there, right? I know our crown royals out there. If you dream, you have all these dreams, you are a crown royal. Recall your people's artifact. In fact, all of you should do that because they mix and match. So all of you are crown royals as far as I'm concerned. Call them. Your sons in America, your son in America, your daughter in wherever, in the Caribbean, in Trinidad, in Jamaica. We are asking you to rise and set yourself free. We want you home now. Only you, only us can commend them. They are our people, our staff. Activate them. Okay, to my beautiful and amazing royals of Africa, as usual, it's a pleasure, to spend, time with you. And I hope that today's message will be informative. And not only that it will give you strength. It will keep building hope. And it will give you the healing you need. Okay? So we are not perfect, nor claim to be perfect. We are a work in progress. We are diamonds that are getting shaped, cut, and polished. When we come out as the real royal we are, we will shine and blind many. Okay? So as usual, may you be divinely protected, divinely guided. I'm calling on all our ancestors, all our divine ancestors to touch each one of you, to guide you, to protect you, to go with you and come back with you always, and shield you from the evil eye, make you invisible, bring forth the people they intend for you to have in your life. All right? Be at peace, my lovely royal. Peace, love, and unity. Until tomorrow. Mwah.